Okay, welcome everybody. Got myself set up. I'm not feeling very well. I've got a bit of a cough, and it might get triggered by talking. So I might need to cut this short. Um, so I will let you know. And because this is a webinar format, you have to use the Q&A to talk to me. And I do need you to talk to me because otherwise I feel like I'm just talking into the void, which is no fun. So please just use the Q&A if you want to chat. Cool. So today we're going to be looking at the search function in RadarOpus. So let's see. I want to do that. Can I open the Q&A on this one? The full screen, that's it. Cool. There's the Q&A. There it is. You're welcome, Heather. So yeah, the search tool in RadarOpus is really like the hub of the program, and it's where you navigate your way around from finding symptoms to looking up remedy, whether that's in the repertory or the Materia Medica, and you can also search for things like pathologies, and it does a lot. So let's dive into it. You get to the search tool by clicking over here. Now I'm using a beta version, which I'm testing, so it's looking a little different. So this is what we've been working on, but there's still a few little glitches to iron out, so I do apologize if those get in the way today. So the first thing you want to do, let's say you're working on a patient, the first thing you need to do is actually create a patient file. So I'll make a mock-up of one. So you go over to the patient icon, click the drop-down arrow, create new patient, or you do Command N on a Mac or Control N on a PC. Go into the administrative window and just give it a name. And I'll delete it later. Then you click the floppy disk icon there to save it, because we're very old school. Okay, so now you're in the patient file. You can go ahead, type notes, or just put in your summary of the case if you type or if you do handwritten notes. And then whenever you add anything to a clipboard now, it'll be saved within the patient file, which keeps it all clean and where it needs to be. So then basically you can search directly from this search bar, which we've made a bit bigger in the new version, or you can click on the search. And that's the quickest way to find symptoms. And I will just give a quick caveat, because there is a way of navigating the repertory. So the binoculars icon allows you to navigate, and that means you learn the chapters. Hang on, you can't see that screen. Let me just redo my share a minute. There we go. So this allows you to properly learn the structure of a repertory, like looking at the chapter, going into a chapter, seeing what's in there, scrolling down or typing to go to a section of that chapter, pressing enter and typing again, until you sort of drill down to the rubric that you're looking for. When you first start learning a repertory on a computer, it's important to make this step, and especially to do this with the mind and the generals, so that you actually know what's in your repertory rather than just always hitting up the search tool. Okay, that's really important. But once you've mastered that and you know what's there, you can go right ahead and use the search tool. So by default, it opens the simple search window, which is this one. But again, there is a drop-down arrow next to the search icon, and you can specify whether it should open advanced or the simple search. And it also shows you the shortcuts there, F5 or F4. And in the last webinar, I explained how the function keys, which are called F keys, by default, they do things like brightness and, volume, see, on your computer. Now, I've got mine set up the other way around so that by default, they work for the application for RadarOpus. So if I want to do my screen brightness, I hold down the function key on the Mac and then press the F keys. If I show you what my keys are doing, that should make it more clear, shouldn't it? Okay, just wait for this to load. Okay, if I activate keystrokes, there we go. So, yeah, the do function. Oh, what happened to it? Oh yeah, it's doing it. Okay, good. So just write into Google the name of your computer and how to change function keys, and then you can have it set up so the function keys work in RadarOpus by default. And you just go to help up here and click the shortcuts list, and just learn them. Learn it all. It's all really helpful. Okay, shortcuts do save a lot of time. Okay, so let's say we're going to use the search. The first thing you want to do is search for a symptom. Okay, and let's say that it's ulcer. You can see that there's a drop-down list appearing with different types of words that are found within RadarOpus's dictionary and database of words based on all the documents that it has. And there's a shortcut where you put in an asterisk, and it will, you don't have to then choose anything from that drop-down list. You can just, so that will find ulcer, ulcers, ulceration, ulcerative, anything like that. And let's say it's abdominal. It also means you don't have to type the whole word. You see, so as I type, it's giving me all these suggestions. And it just kind of, if you go up here, you get into all these different things like pathology. And it's, a big old complex list. And it's not suited. If you want to get into that, we'll look at the advanced search. But for something basic like this, we're going to do our search. So we've got our 2 words. Then we need to say where we're going to search. So that's what the A to Z icon lets you do. That's like your guide, your A to Z map, and you tell RadarOpus where you want to look. I typically open my main repertories that I use and then search in all open repertories. And that's how the results look. This is the table of contents showing me the different repertories that it's found those symptoms in. If I click on one of them, it will change the results over here. And then I can see this is from NERS repertory or in synthesis. So we found everything to do with, whether it's ulcerative pain or ulcers. So in fact, we might want to be, a little more specific and say, yes, it is actually ulcers. And if you use an actual word, you click on it or you press enter, and that confirms it. And then you click this little icon here to redo the search. So the other thing you need to know is that by default, the program does already use roots and branches. So that is kind of like doing the same thing as that asterisk. It's going to find you ulcerative and the other types of word endings. So you can turn that off if you want to be really specific. So anytime you want to change preferences, you click on this cogwheel icon anywhere in the program, top right corner, cogwheel equals preferences, allows you to change things according to what you would like. The other way to do it, if you sort of like having the roots and branches on most of the time, but want to change it for this one instance, is to right click the word. It opens our dictionary, and then you can unselect everything and then just make sure it's only ulcers that it's going to find. Then press enter. And there you see it's a more specific search. One thing I do a lot is view all documents in one list when I'm searching for symptoms like this in all open repertories. So now I can scroll through all of them. Okay, maybe I don't want dreams, but if I want to get rid of dreams from the search now, I go back to the search bar, start with an exclamation point, and then type dreams, and that will get rid of the dreams. So exclamation point means without this word. We should find now that they're gone. And I've sculpted that search down to absolutely the results that I want. Yeah, by the way, if you didn't know, this little question mark opens the manual. Okay, you can drag it across as the assistant. You know, read these. See, everything that I'm telling you is pretty much written in here. So you use this vertical line if you want to say, you know, one word or another word. And see here, you use the exclamation point if you want to search for, you know, fear of cats but not dogs. So there you go. It's all written in here. All right, so what I would do now is Command Enter is a shortcut, or Control Enter, or right click if you're not a shortcut person. And if you don't have a mouse and you're on a Mac, it's Control click or two fingers. And then take all the rubrics and create a new combined rubric. Because I have the all documents in one list selected, it makes the rubric out of all of those repertories rather than just one. So I've expanded my possibilities by doing that. See, 76 in synthesis, 70 in Murphy, 70 in suggester. So it's coming, you know, more from NER. And I mean, there's only one in Ward, but Ward has stuff in it that modern repertories doesn't have. So it's a useful one to put in there as well. So you can see it's everyone has slightly different remedies in their repertories, and you can combine them all in RadarOpus using the search tool with view all documents in one list. Okay, and then you go back to the patient file and click the floppy disk icon. Saved. And then you search for another symptom. So now that you've set up your manner of working, in that I'm using the simple search, I want view all documents in one list, and I want to find results from all my open repertories, I can then just search from this bar for ease. And then if I've got my notes written in here, I don't have to move away from the page. I can just search straight away up here. So let's say, I just noticed that's good. Let's say there are, thinking on the spot here, respiration, copious on waking, made up symptom. Okay, so you can see how I built it using the asterisk as a shortcut. Just press enter once in that case. Ah, it doesn't exist, that symptom. maybe it's profuse, huh? Let's try profuse. Okay, we have profuse in Murphy and in synthesis. There we go. Sometimes it's copious, sometimes it's profuse. Anyway, so let's see if that exists on waking, just to refine that a bit more. Yeah, very specific symptom. Okay, so those are the results. And then I can do the same thing, Command Enter. And there it is. You can be, I usually delete the etc. Okay. I don't even know what this remedy is. Never heard of it. Where is it? There you go. That's what happens when you invite a bit of randomness in. Okay, so that is the way that I use the search tool day in, day out to analyze cases. Any questions? Pop them in the Q&A. Another thing that I like doing is using the search area. And then for this, I look at the affinities of the case. So let's say there's back problems. So I go to back, and then I just drag that chapter onto the search area icon. There's also skin. Enter, enter, and then drag up to there. And let's see the icons again. F2 opens the navigation window. Oh, good question, Annie. Yeah, I'll come to that. Let's say there's bladder cystitis, for example, as well. Drag that up onto the search area. I'll do one more just to show you the idea. And there's also issues with the teeth. Put that on my search area icon. Okay, if I click the search area, okay, back, skin, bladder, teeth. There we go. So now let's say I go to my analysis and I want to look at sulfur. I can right click it and then go for a search and then choose the current search area. And then it does that search just looking in those sections that I specified. So let's say there's yeah, I would need to add, some words as well. But yeah, this is a good example to answer Annie's question. So let's say I want to look for eruptions on the skin. Then I add the vertical line, which means or, and inflammation, and then space, vertical line. The vertical line is right next to the enter key on the left. You have to press shift and then that one. That makes the vertical line. Eruptions, inflammation, and what we put in here, back, stiffness. Okay, so those three words, press enter. So now it's going to find any of those three words within those sections that I chose. Yeah. See, so I've put in the affinities of the case, and then I've put in the, the what's going on physiologically, the sensations or processes that are happening. And then it's going through that. Then I could even say, I could right click on sulfur and I could say, okay, I'm not interested in degrees 1 and 2. I want to see only bold, aka clinically confirmed. And then redo it. Okay. So you can see how powerful it is. hopefully. Okay, so that's Annie's question. Is there a way to specify the chapter to search for? Yes, well, that's one way that I just did, is to drag a chapter from any repertory or any number of chapters onto the search area. Another way to search for a chapter is to change to the advanced search is the easiest way to do this. So this icon here changes to the advanced search, or you can press F5, opens it, and F4 opens a simple search. Now I've got two search tabs open, which is quite a unique feature too. We can get into that. If I press F5 now, get rid of that one. Okay, you see over here, it says chapters or cases or pathologies. So if I want to search in the head chapter, the one to choose is head, all chapters. Just in case, you know, you're looking in synthesis or Murphy or something else. Okay. Then you can add a word like occiput. Then you can add a remedy like thuya. And you keep pressing enter. So when you add a remedy in this window, you type it and you just put in the abbreviation, the dot, and then it will know which one you're looking for. You press enter, which confirms it, and then enter again. It's a little bit clumsy, really. It's one of the reasons why I use the simple search. But thuya dot and then tab. Oh, it doesn't work anymore. That is supposed to cut out the need to press enter twice. So the full step is thuya, full stop, enter, enter. Okay, and then you've got this little blue icon here, which allows you to change the degrees and whatnot. In the this is how you do it in the advanced search. So this is what we call remedy extraction. Okay, so we've got a chapter, a word, and a remedy. And then A to Z, I can say, okay, show me in current document only, which is synthesis. See here. Hopefully that's going to work. Right. Okay, Jerome, when I follow you, I do not get the same open reps, even though I have them. Okay. Looks like I've got a crash, which is annoying. Say the least. No, I'll just open it on Windows instead. There it is on Windows. Okay. Extremities, ejaculation aggregates. Don't know why I'm there. I was adding remedies to this rubric. Ecchymosis, the word for bruise, in case you didn't know. Okay, let's keep going. So, okay, Jerome, what you need to do is open or actually open the repertories that you want to have in your search. Okay, so I've opened the search, and over here is my repertory stack. If I click here, it shows me all the repertories I've got open right now. And it's kind of easy to do now because you can create favorites. So this is in our latest version 3.3. You can right click any repertory and add favorite, and then they all come up to the top. So it's easy to just open your favorite ones. And then RadarOpus, its default setting is to open your previously, the documents that you've got open at the time of shutting it down. So you should, as long as it doesn't crash, you'll have all of them open when you first load the program. Okay, so that's how you do that. So actually open them, and then when you search, click on A to Z and choose all open repertories. That's the way it's done. Annie, the search area can be used for any repertory whatsoever. So say I was using Murphy's repertory. It's quite a good one because it's got so many chapters. It can be really specific. So you could say, okay, heart, go to, and drag that up to the search area. Coughing, that's one of mine. Up to the search area. Okay, and then let's say I want to look at Corallium rubrum, search for this remedy in the current search area. There we go, you see, coughing. I go down. I can't remember what it was, heart, wasn't it? Okay, so Corallium rubrum doesn't have heart stuff. Let's try, well, I'm sure aurum should have heart stuff, so let's try that. Aurum. There we go. Okay, so, that's part of the puzzle, is using this A to Z key and telling, saying where you want to go, where you want to look for results. Let's just go to aurum sulfur, for example. Okay, so type, what you can do is, there's two ways to search for a remedy. One is you just know what the abbreviation is because you're well acquainted with the repertory. You type it in like that and you press enter and then it's done. The other way, which is sort of longer and more clumsy, is to type aurum and then the drop down list should appear, but because I'm using a split screen, you can't see it at the moment on the Windows. Then you might think, oh, then I'll type sulf, and then you've kind of lost it because it's going to start looking for sulfur next. So if you don't know what the abbreviation is, you're a little bit stumped by doing that. So if that is the case, you click on remedies icon up here, which loads them all in the table of contents. You see 8,500, and you start typing aurum sulf. There it is. Sulfuratum is the one that has most symptoms. And then you right click on it and choose search from there. And this brings up the A to Z, what pressing the A to Z brings up. So I can choose to search in all references, for example. And that's one way of seeing all the Materia Medica in the program for any given remedy. And you see all of the Materia Medica in the table of contents come up like that. So the search is a way of accessing repertory, and it's a way of accessing Materia Medica. Okay. Hopefully most of you know now about making your own keynotes since the, whatever it is, 3.2. If you open the table of contents for Materia Medica, click the preferences icon. Keynotes is here. I think the name's a bit favorite Materia Medica or something in your version, but we've kind of cleaned up the because we've allowed you to make favorite Materia Medica now as well, so we've kind of cleaned up the terminology. So any with a tick box are like chosen as my favorite keynotes. If you're in the Facebook group, a few people have asked about this, and I posted the video that shows you exactly how to do it a number of times. But that basically means that whenever you are working on an analysis and you click on a remedy and you go to its keynotes, that means that you can now select from a whole bunch of Materia Medica direct from here that you set up as your favorite keynotes. Okay. So it's very quick now to get a quick, you know, go through the different books, the different keynotes, okay? So you could also, you know, actually open your most used Materia Medica, like I did with my repertories. So, and making your favorite Materia Medica is the same. Right click, add favorite. So you can open the ones that you most often use. Herring's Guiding Symptoms, definitely. So that means when you come up here and go on a remedy and type again for one that you want to research, let's say ferrum iodatum. Oh, sorry, I'll write it. So you see there all the different ferrums, right? Ferrum iodatum, right click on it, and then choose all open references this time. And there it is. And from here, if you double click anywhere in the search window, you'll actually open the Materia Medica. And here you can, you know, change the background color, and it's laid out a bit nicer. And you can use if you click up there, you'll open the navigation tool. You can use your arrows to go back. You can scroll down, you can see the chapters that are there. And if you know the chapters that are in this document, you can start typing. Yeah. There it is. Okay, so that's another use for the search with Materia Medica. Yeah, sure. So Janelle is asking about searching for a symptom in a remedy. Yeah. Okay, so let's say I'm looking up ferrum iodatum and I want to see eruptions. So I just press space to create a space and then type the word beginning, put the asterisk, press enter. And there it is. By the way, to zoom in like this, you on a PC hold control and then use your middle mouse wheel. If you have an external mouse, which if you don't have an external mouse, you know, why not? It's so much more comfortable, especially a nice upright one like that, vertical mouse. Having, you know, suffered from wrist problems, I find this is, you know, really good for using for long periods. Okay, so yeah, you can search for a remedy with a word, and it's easiest to do it in the simple search. So I'll just reiterate, if you don't know all of the abbreviations, start your remedy searches from the remedy bottle icon, and you can type the full name in there, and that's the easiest way to find what you're looking for. And then right click and it will bring up the search options there. Okay. The other thing you can do, if I change this now to all open repertories, when you're looking in repertories, you've got the benefit of, you know, degrees, right? 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if I just remove this word, this is where if you right click on the remedy name, you can choose to, you know, remove plain type or italic type and then redo the search. Okay, so Burrick, his repertory stops at italic type. So those are the kind of main clinical symptoms as he understood it. Go into synthesis. We'll see what's there in a more contemporary view. Okay, but you can also, let's choose a more Polycrest remedies. So this eraser icon that is really small on my display for some reason, that clears the search and allows you to start again. So let's choose a biggie like calcarea, CALC full stop, enter, right click. This time I'm going to leave the degrees as they are and search for rubrics containing less than or equal to 1 remedy, and search in open repertories only. And that's how you extract the, the real SRP rubrics of CalcCarb, the single drug rubrics, some people will call them. And these, the polycrests will have lots of these. In case you're wondering, I've changed the setting of my search, so I'll just change it back to the usual one. So click on the preferences icon. Notice that with the search, because there's so much it can do, it has more than one tab for its preferences. So this is what's more common to see, where you see the full path in front of the symptom. If you deselect it, you get a nice chapter and you see the sort of start of the symptom there and then the second bit here. So there you see all the single symptoms. And then, in synthesis, get more mind symptoms, lots of veterinary ones. Whenever you see the V, that comes from a veterinary source. Okay, so that's how you can find the single remedy rubrics. And then you can obviously screenshot different sections. You can add words. So you can say, just show me the single remedy fears. And it doesn't have to be single remedy. It could be small rubrics. It could be 5 remedies or something like that. Okay. So you just right click the remedy and choose this option here. Another thing you can do, starting to get a little bit complicated now. So this is a search I like to use sometimes. You can deselect degree 1, 2. Then this option at the bottom, tick there. Say rubrics with less than or equal to 1, with degree greater than or equal to. Okay, it sounds ever so complicated. All you have to do is remember this like by rote. So click here, less than or equal, then greater than or equal. And then what it shows you is when I launch it, that calcarea is pretty much not outranked by any other symptom. That's what it should, by any other remedy, sorry. That's what it should show you. I don't think I've done that right. The danger of getting too complicated. Right, again, with greater than, less than 1. Let's just put 4 as well. It's more like it. Yeah, so you see here, router and calc are the only ones that are underlined. Calc and pulsatilla, yeah. So it's showing you the rubrics where calc is like a real leader in that rubric. So it kind of takes you in a way to some of the core features. And there's lots in there because he had very high degrees in lots of rubrics. So yeah, it's quite a useful one here. And they're quite small rubrics too, so less chance of it being outranked. See here, it's the only one underlined. Okay. Questions? Obviously, that's getting into a lot of refinement that you don't need to worry about too much. if you're going to search in Materia Medica for keywords, there's, the advanced search makes it a little bit easier because you have to specify a word wrap for the the actual meaning of the symptoms come across. So let's say it's fear of falling, like fear, enter, falling, enter. Then up here, click and say within 4 words. Sorry, I did that really fast, didn't I? Within 4 words, yeah. So you just click on this bit. So there it's going to find fear of falling within 4 words using the roots and branches, okay? A to Z, and then I'll say in the provings. So you can specify which type of reference as well, which is nice. The only downside of using the advanced search, hopefully it's going to work. Of using the advanced search like this is that it doesn't let you specify like a falling or something else. And if they just sorted that out, it would mean that you could use the advanced search all the time for these kind of searches, which would be great. So you can turn all of this into a rubric like you do on reference works. So what you have to do is view all the documents in one list again, like we did with the repertories. And then once it's loaded, do Control Enter or Command Enter, depending on your setup. There we go. And rename it, just fear of falling, your search. And then we've got 54 remedies taken straight from the provings. And one could compare. So I might have done this, I can't remember now. We go into synthesis and go into mind. Fear of falling. And add that there. So yeah, there's quite a few that could be added, you see, if you have all the provings, that is. Okay. So yeah, always more work to do to actually add these. So yeah, if you've used your normal repertories and you haven't found a remedy which is suitable, you could augment by doing this kind of search. And if you do all references, it kind of gets a bit big and bulky and takes a bit of a long time. So I would suggest doing provings. You can add a lot of provings for not much money. There, I did create a library which contained like all the provings that I could, and it is available, so you can ask your dealer about that. Adding the proving bundle, and Jeremy shares provings you have to buy individually or as a set, but they're worth it, and then they don't cost much, and the money goes towards his projects in Africa. So. And of course, here you get to read exactly what is said in the proving. So it's really nice. This is where you can also view the summary when you're using Materia Medica, and you can sort of see all the remedies here. Look, and then you get a kind of preview of the full text. It's the turned off tooltip. Oh. Wait, tooltips. They'd open there. Okay. So you can see some of these are from dreams. So when you're actually getting into making additions to synthesis, which you can do if you feel like you want to, and if you want to do some work, get in touch with us and we can talk about an interesting project. So you see positronium not in fear of falling in the repertory. but it was found in the proving. So what we can do then is go back to the search and see where's positraining now. It's a Misha proving. There he is. And it's from a dream. So that's why it's not in there. See? So you have to be a little bit careful. I mean, it might not matter for your case. You might say, it doesn't matter whether it's a dream or in reality. It's the fear of falling that I care about. But if you're going to, work with the repertory, then Control F7 is the shortcut to add a remedy to a rubric, and we can see if it was added. Dreams of falling. Positraining was there already. If I hit Control F7 again, it's going to add it again, but making an actual link to the Materia Medica, which is nice. So yeah, it's totally possible for us to work together on projects to update, keep synthesis well updated. Things get ever so slow using Zoom. That's why I was using the Mac, but it didn't like it. See here, it's added with a link. And the more we do this, the more transparent and quality the actual referencing is within the repertory, because you can actually go to the reference itself and check out what was written. Okay, so that's a Materia Medica search. Like I said, you can't put the or symbol in. So sometimes if you really want to do a exhaustive search in Materia Medica as well, you have to get the brackets out. Okay, so the brackets allow you to do, let's say it's restlessness morning. The brackets join the words together, and the $ plus a number sets the word wrap. Okay, so that's how you would achieve the same thing that I did with the advanced search, but it's obviously way more geeky to remember that. But like I showed you in the help file, it does show you how to do it. And when if you've learned it once, you can remember. See, so it's done the same thing. Now where it gets a little bit more kind of annoying is if I want to add in an or word, I have to put in a second set of brackets. So restlessness needs to be in its own brackets. Let's say I want to do morning or waking. I then have to do the vertical line, which is in a different place on PC as it is on Mac. So you can see like restlessness is a word, and then morning or on waking. Those are my two options, see? And they're still within full words of each other. I mean, no one wants to have to do that, but that's the way you would do it if they do as I've asked and make it an option to use the or symbol in the advanced search. Then this wouldn't be a thing. So there we go. That's finding everything to do with restless within waking or within morning. Yeah. And then you can obviously, like I've been showing you, add all of that to a combined rubric, etc., etc., etc. Or you can, when it comes to Materia Medica, it works quite well to use the graphical display, which is that icon there, which again, I apologize, is showing really small. Okay, Gladys, you can't make repertories favorites yet. That's coming in the next version. Annie, you're welcome. Code our searches. Yeah, there is a help file, and you access it by going into a search window, clicking the question mark, which opens the assistance and that has it in there. Go on. Okay, that's not working in Windows. Okay, I did also publish a PDF about the search, which I put in the Facebook group, but we'll make sure that that is reissued to everybody, maybe in an email, because it's a nice like graphical overview of everything the search can do. Yeah, what was I showing you? So this makes a graph out of the search restless morning on waking. Okay, which is pretty neat. If you were to it gets better though, because you can open more than one search at a time with this little button here. Add a new search tab, and then type again. So let's say it's to do with, okay, heart affinity, or like action, or region. Okay, so that's the kind of code you would do, and then enter. I did also save a load of presets of these quite complicated searches, and they're in the Facebook group, and you should be able to download them and put them in a folder on your computer, and then you can do this, recall a search. You see here, they look like this, and they should work, and they're some of my like saved presets. So go on the Facebook group and ask if you're interested in getting really geeky. So then if I click on the graphic icon again, it makes a graph of both of those searches and puts one on top of the other. Oh yeah, the vertical line, on a Mac, the vertical line is shift and then the backslash. Yeah, shift and then backslash. It's another thing. It should just be the normal forward slash. But there you go. And on PC, it's like sort of top left below escape. Let me just check that. No, it's shift. Oh, it's in like different places on PCs. Where is it? Yes, not in a very easy place at all. I'll have to check. I know what it is on my external keyboard, but yeah, another reason why it shouldn't be a vertical line, huh? Anyway, that's what you can do. And if you don't need to use these or signs, then you can just, go ahead and use the advanced search. But yeah, doing this gives you access to previews, and then obviously we've got Alan's encyclopedia there for all the classical stuff and Hahnemann, and then lots of contemporary previews. So Bob's raised his hand. Bob, you can't talk, unfortunately, mate. So you can put, it's above enter. Nice one. It's above enter on his PC. So hopefully it's same for others. Nice one. Okay, good. If you write into Google, I have, how do I make a vertical line on a PC? If it's not where Bob says it is, then I guess it depends whether you have a UK or US keyboard and all of that malarkey. So Google will tell you. Okay, I think that's enough. Otherwise the brain gets somewhat overloaded. So I'll just stop share. Thank you very much for coming. And hope you enjoyed it. And there'll be a recording. I guess they're going to Nakash and Tim will sort that out. So I'll see you for the next one. See you soon. Thanks a lot, guys. Glad you found it helpful. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.